All right, guys. So hold on. IGN actually posted a hands-on video, so we might get a little bit more footage, or at least a little bit more explanation. So let's see what this is looking like. There we go. Okay. Here we go. IGN first. Hopefully, we learn a little bit more.
A lot in 30 years. He's been a pioneer of the high-speed 2D platformer, an Olympic athlete, a respectable kart racing enthusiast, a fighter, a TV star, and a Hollywood blockbuster movie star as well. But he's never done open world. And Sonic Frontiers fixes to change that.
More or less. I mean, I think he has.
To be one of the first people outside of Sonic Team to go hands-on with Sonic Frontiers. And let me just say, if you're worried about how the blue blur will fare in this unfamiliar genre, well, I think Crush 40 probably put it best. Open your heart. It's gonna be alright.
Alright then. Hey, okay. I am excited for this game. I don't care what anyone says.
The first thing that struck me about Sonic Frontiers was how uniquely somber and serene it was right from the outset. After flying into a wormhole with Tails and Amy, Sonic finds himself separated from his friends and all alone on an isolated island, with nothing but an AI voice guiding him to collect the Chaos Emeralds. There's no Sonic to bounce quips off of, no energetic Crush 40 soundtrack, just wide open fields as far as the eye can see.
Yo, you can just run.
There's a mystery in Sonic Frontiers, and there's a vibe that's driven home even further by the beautiful yet minimalist piano melodies that accompany Sonic as he explores the island.
Yeah, but stuff are still popping up, I see. I mean, this is probably an early build. Everybody's being dramatic. I'm sure the game's gonna look okay, because I see pop-ins there, but, you know, I just hope it runs on Switch, because if not, I'm gonna have to buy this.
This is a very intentional choice. I asked Sonic Team head Takashi Iizuka to describe how the tone of Sonic Frontiers differs from previous Sonic games, and he said, past games in the Sonic series have taken different tones depending on their stories and themes. This time, these mysterious islands are the game's major setting. That's why our artists have worked hard to create a mysterious mood. Of course, the big new change in Sonic Frontiers is the shift from purely linear levels to a huge open world where Sonic can freely run in any direction. But Sonic Team doesn't like to use the term open world to describe Sonic Frontiers' gameplay, instead referring to its style as being open zone. Open world games like Zelda or other AAA games fundamentally have RPG or adventure worlds. For Sonic, the core here is a 3D action game. Our basic idea was to have that take place in open space. What sets Sonic Frontiers apart is this different approach to an open game world. Having played Sonic Frontiers for about 4 hours, it's easy to see what Iizuka-san means. Sonic Frontiers' open zone design is very different from any other open world I've played. It's a giant playground. Every few feet, there's a bumper spring that bounces you like a pinball between 5 other bumpers before putting you on one of the many grindable rail tracks. Or a speed ramp that sets you on a completely different path leading to some other collectible or reward. Or a line of rings that you can lightspeed dash into. Essentially, they've taken that core appeal of every Sonic level having multiple paths that eventually loop back around to the main one, and applied that to these giant non-linear open zones. One thing that has to be noted is that very few of these elements are built into the environmental design, meaning that rails, platforms, boost rings, and so on are just inexplicably floating in the air all around, which isn't totally unusual for a Sonic game, but it feels especially jarring in Frontiers in particular because of the frequent and sudden pop-in of these objects and the otherwise
they're addressing it
art style. Of course, it's worth emphasizing that this gameplay and the version that I played were from an early build. But this is definitely an area that I would hope to see improvement in the final version. Beyond that, there are also a wide variety.
See what I mean? They know that it's just a. You guys just were, even me. We were asking for gameplay, so they had to give us an early look. And it already looks great. Like the graphics look awesome. Whoa, okay.
New side loop ability to draw circles around certain objects in the environment to interact with them. The best ones, though, are the races against the clock where you have to get from point A to point B in a limited amount of time. The openness of Frontiers level design makes straightforward races like these a ton of fun, because you have to try and improvise a path to the end that might not be immediately obvious.
Makes sense, New tricks, What? Like, how is it different from other games? Obviously,
there are some exceptions.
See? Like Werehog.
Sonic games generally isn't a thing that goes much deeper than jumping, rolling, or using a homing attack into enemies at the right time. That changes in Sonic Frontiers, which now has you fighting all sorts
look at him, he just,
using an all-new array of incredibly flashy attacks. It's not all style and no substance, though. Sonic is able to quickly dodge using the bumper buttons on the gamepad,
Ooh.
and by pressing them together, he can even parry attacks with the right timing. His homing attack also feels much more powerful, landing with a ton of impact, and keeping Sonic stuck to his enemy, allowing for a flurry of follow-up strikes.
Yeah,
One
right?
of the things I really appreciate about the combat from what I played is that there are usually multiple ways to deal with specific enemies. Like, take, for example, this guy, who has an impenetrable shell that he can expand into spinning blades and throw at you. One way to deal with him is just to carefully time your homing attacks so you don't get hit by the blades. But if you do that, the window to damage him is small. To increase that window, you can either parry the blades and knock them away right before they hit you, or you can even use Sonic's side loop ability to encircle the enemy, which causes the shell to go flying upwards.
Right. What is this? A super homing attack? That's crazy. But is there any like...
enemies will reward you with EXP that you can use to purchase new skills from a skill tree, which gives Sonic Frontiers a really nice feeling of power.
So there's more moves.
Even in just a relatively short amount of time that I played. Some of the later skills that you can get are just unbelievably cool. And it's super satisfying to see Sonic Team experiment with different ways that Sonic can attack enemies beyond just spins, jumps, and bumps.
Right.
To these smaller enemies, there are also a handful of enormous world bosses that I had to contend with. These are near Shadow of the Colossus-esque in their scale, with one in particular against a beast named Asura, requiring Sonic to bait the Titan to slam the ground, and then boost up its arm in order to reach the weak spots on its head. It's an ambitious boss battle, far beyond anything I've seen in the Sonic series to date, but it's also the part of the game that needs the most work. Far too often, I'd fly off the boss's arm without knowing why, or I'd get to the top and for some reason lack the momentum needed to actually reach the head. Sonic must hunt down and defeat these bosses in order to collect portal gears, which open up portals that lead to bite-sized linear stages, done in the style of previous Sonic games, giving Sonic Frontiers a nice mix of both old and new styles.
Okay, so they're actually explaining it.
Come with a handful of optional goals, like beating the level under a certain time, collecting all the red rings, and so on, with each goal rewarding you with a vault key, which are needed to unlock the coveted Chaos Emeralds. Sonic Frontiers is an exciting new step forward for the Sonic series into Uncharted territory.
Idle animation.
And based on my time with it, Sonic Team seems to have hit upon a winning formula. There's certainly still work to be done before it's released during the holiday season. There's a lot of distracting pop-in, there's a fair amount of bugs still left to be squashed, and the big boss fights could do with some tweaking. But ultimately, my time with this early build answered the one question I had on my mind. Will Sonic's one-of-a-kind gameplay translate into an open world? The answer is a resounding absolutely. Thanks for watching and tune in.
There you go. I'm excited. So they didn't show too much new footage, but I'm glad that they explained it and that there's actually concern that there's stuff. Okay, so for the people that were still hoping that it's improved, there you go. They do know that it still needs to be worked on, but this is what happens when you ask for an early build. Just let them take their time. It's gonna be great. You know, usually every Sonic game has been amazing. I personally have loved Colors Ultimate. Thankfully, I never had any glitches. You guys can check out that playthrough, like I said, on the little icon here at the end of the video. But then, you know, I'm just excited to see this. I mean, I don't know if they'll give us a demo. People are asking for a demo, and I would actually like to play this early build, but we'll see. So I don't know if I'm gonna add this to the other video or keep it separate. So I might just do my outro. Maybe. Alright, so just in case, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on anything else that I upload. And until next time, bye!